Duncan came from a large immediate family who said she was happy, loved to tease, and was always laughing. Isidore Felix Caltest remembers his younger sister saying she was headed out and would see him later. That was decades ago, and he still doesn't know what happened to his sister. The two siblings were living together in a little place on the outskirts of Williams Lake. Isidore remembers renting the place while working as a logger. Never knew where she was going, he said. Velma had a boyfriend, and Isidore wondered if she was making her way to see him, or just heading to town. Isidore doesn't recall Velma being unhappy or having any problems, at least nothing that she mentioned, but he says he's clear on one thing. He doesn't think Velma is alive anymore. It's been too long, he said. There's been nothing shown up in any of the computers or anything. He believes his sister was killed by somebody, though Isidore says that's hard for him to think about. I think he's the only one looking for her, says his daughter, Sheila Calist. She recalls her granny longing to know what happened to her daughter, Velma. She would pray and cry, says Booth. She would say, she's here, but she never really knew. Her grandmother passed away without ever knowing what happened to Velma. Booth says the police rarely contact her father, and for the most part it is Isidore contacting them. Isidore was never the main contact from the beginning, but he tries his best to keep Velma's case active. 6 months ago, Isidore contacted the police officer in Williams Lake, but he never really got to say anything. He said, Isidore says he's not getting any younger, and it's best for him to share what he can recollect. I think they should have tried more to find out what really happened to her, he said, referring to the police. He thinks that the police were getting close to solving Velma's case when her boyfriend was still alive, but as soon as the boyfriend passed away, the case went stale. He believes there should be a federal inquiry into missing and murdered Indigenous women in Canada. Something has to be done, he said. I mean, there's all these women. Booth says, far too often, families are left in the dark, not knowing what happened to their loved ones. That's what my dad is looking for, some sort of closure, she says. Duncan's family told authorities that she arrived in Williams Lake from the Gang Ranch, Canoe Creek area of British Columbia, Canada, in May 1972 after having an argument with her common-law husband. Witnesses last saw Duncan in the Williams Lake area in early May of 1972, and her family said that she was not depressed at the time she disappeared. Duncan was apparently looking forward to the birth of her twins later in the year. She has had no contact with loved ones since her disappearance, and in addition, Duncan has not used any services under her name since that time. Velma Marie Duncan, an Indigenous female, was born on April the 4th, 1954, and is a member of the Swatsim Atam Nation of the British Columbia. She was 18 years of age when she went missing, and she was in her first trimester of pregnancy with twins. Velma is 5 feet 1 inches tall and weighed approximately 110 pounds, with brown hair and brown eyes. She usually wore her hair in a bun and goes by the nickname of Velma. If you have any information regarding the disappearance or whereabouts of Velma Duncan, you are encouraged to contact the Williams Lake RCMP, Royal Canadian Mounted Police, at 1-250-392-6211. If you wish to remain anonymous, you can contact Crime Stoppers.